Oluwabumi of the Beam Network. Today, I'm going to talk about a very serious matter because wọ́n ti parọ́ fún wa. We have been scammed. We have been scammed. They told us that silence is golden. Silence is dangerous. Silence is deadly. Silence ain't golden. There is nothing golden about silence. There is nothing beautiful about silence. Silence is a tool of oppression. Silence is a tool of affliction. Silence is a tool of suppression. Silence is a tool that the enemy uses. And when God is silent, God means be still and see what I am going to do for you. Silence is only beautiful when it is from God. Silence is only beautiful when it is an instruction from God to say, be still and see what the Lord will do. But when the world tells you to be silent, that is when you should shout. That is when you should scream. That is when you should fight for your freedom, because they want to oppress you, they want to afflict you, and they want to cheat you. So now, let's get to the nitty-gritty. Okay, so now let's look at the issue of whatever you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. This is because when you're under pressure, somebody being arrested is under pressure. And when you're under pressure, the real you bubbles to the surface. Some people start saying rubbish. Some people start confessing even to a crime they've not done because they are afraid. And we often hear that your confession in the time of trouble is the conclusion of your matter. So, if inside of you does not have the right ingredients, inside of you is not filled with the right expression, then it is better for you to keep quiet at the point of being arrested, because you will confess to a crime you have not done. And that is the only time you can also keep silence, because you have not eaten the right diet. You don't have the right words inside of you that can actually bail you out. At that point, when they say that, if you say the right things, that right thing could help you in court. That right thing could actually give you your freedom. But if you have not been eating the right diet, you don't have the right words inside of you, you will carry the matter that is not your own. Then you can be silent at this point. And now, I'm going to give a lot of examples, even from the Bible and the contemporary world. Even for myself, I'll use myself as an example. When it comes to finding your voice and when it comes to speaking out, you should try every single time to speak out, because evil continues and evil grows and thrives because good people keep silent. Evil grows because good people keep silent. If you see evil, say no to evil. If somebody close to you does wrong, you call them out. I didn't say embarrass people. I don't say expose people on Instablog Naija. No. There is a way to correct people in love. There is a way to call people to order. And for everyone, do not suffer anything in silence. No. The Bible says, in the multitude of counsel, there is wisdom. Seek counsel from the right people. Don't also keep silent about it. Don't let's say, oh, let's keep this a secret. No, look for a solution. A lot of people get oppressed and afflicted because they've been told to tell no one about this. And at the end of the day, they are never better for it. Let me tell you a fun story. The first boyfriend I ever had was somebody close to the family. And do you know what he told me? Let us respect our privacy and not tell anybody. Me too. Very naive somebody. I said, okay, now we will not tell anybody. But within 1 month, nobody told me that I was being taken for a ride. If his intentions were noble, if his intentions were right, why are we hiding it? Why are we making it a secret? Why are we doing secrecy? Why are we doing secret relationship? And I was the one that wrote a small letter to him and said, let us call it quits. Because I knew that this secrecy thing has something inside that is not good for me. And we ended it. So I'm just telling you that when people do things and they say, let us keep it secret, except you're planning a surprise party for somebody. No. Do not do things in secret, because at the end of the day, you might pay for it in ways you don't want to. Now, let's go back to the Bible times of people that were never silent, saved nations, saved generations. Let's go back to the biblical Esther. Esther could have said, I will be safe in the palace. What happens to the Jews is not my business. Esther could have said, in fact, I'm a queen. I'm not bothered about the common man. She could have stayed silent, but Esther's silence would have caused the whole nation dead. But Esther did not stay silent, and she saved her people from destruction. Look at the lepers who said, why sit we here till we die? And they ventured into the enemy's camp, and they got there, they saw goodies. They were enjoying it, and they had a rethink and said, let us go and tell our people. Maybe we will save them. And they went back. They saved the nation from hunger, from pestilence, from eating their own children. They saved the whole nation. Silence is not golden. Look at Joseph. Joseph had a dream. He told his dream to his brothers. The dream landed him in prison. Still in the same prison, we would have said, by now Joseph should learn his lesson and learn how to keep short. But brother Joseph, led by the Spirit, still interpreted dreams, and is not being silent, brought him out of prison till he became a prime minister. And the dream he has been recounting came to pass because he did not stay silent. He could have languished in prison by staying silent and said, see where talking about dreams has landed me. See where saying no to evil from Potiphar's wife has landed me. Now let us look at Abigail, Nabal's wife, who became a wife to David. When the husband was behaving foolishly, Abigail, a very wise and intelligent woman, went behind his back to go and appease David and say, my lord, please, spare our foolishness and help us. Do not count it against us. And she saved her home, though Nabal's foolishness eventually ended his life. But she was able to save herself, save her children, and even they became David's wife in the long run. So silence is only golden when God says, be still and see what I will do. I just want to encourage us. When evil shows face, do not stay silent. When you're being oppressed, when you're being afflicted, do not stay silent. Silence is not golden. Okay, there is this quote that also trends about in Nigeria that says, resist the urge to shalaye, that you don't owe anybody an explanation. Yes, it is true to an extent where you don't just have to be justifying things. Sometimes you allow people to believe they are one side of a story But the truth remains that you have your own truth and you have your own story to tell. But nobody should put you under pressure to tell your story. Nobody should put you under pressure to explain or justify reasons you've acted the way you do. But one thing that remains is that silence is a tool for oppression. When you're in doubt, don't keep quiet, don't make assumptions, ask questions, seek counsel. People have gone on this path. There's nothing that is happening to you that has not happened to at least one person before. So look for wise people. If you've been surrounded with people who always encourage bad behavior, if you encourage with people who even do worse, that you're even feeling that I'm better off. No, no. They will make you stay silent and say that at least I'm better than that other person. We'll still talk about that. You have not been called to compare yourself with another person, no. Because who is them that compare themselves with themselves? You are only in a competition with yourself. Look at yourself thoroughly. Am I better off being silent? I was silent last year. I was silent last week. Am I better off with the silence? Or should I seek wisdom? Should I seek counsel so that I can make better decisions and I can do things differently? We have been scammed. Silence is not golden. Except it is from God telling you, wait. And it means something. Even in God's silence, He's speaking and telling you, my child, wait and see the glory of the Lord. Until next time on Beam Network, and I tell you, speak out. Remember the recent answers. Speak up, Soros, okay. Let your voice be heard.